Beautiful women. 5 tips on how to be a complete and total badass woman, because sometimes we forget. Sometimes we put our focus too much on the outside and changing other people instead of remembering to focus on what fulfills us and what makes us powerful and how to go forward and just be a badass and not give a shit what anyone else thinks. It's really, really important. VenusTransmissions.com. Sign up for my 5-day free voice challenge, voice embodiment, awakening, our throat chakra. This area, this is one of the most important areas for us to start deeply healing. And I work with the connection of how it's so connected to all the chakras, the root, the sacral, especially the solar plexus. And if you don't know what chakras are, there are energy centers and they're metaphoric connections to our psyche and our psychological patterns, spiritual way of communicating how we can work with our energy to balance ourselves out and project ourselves and step into our own energy and live that. For women, we are in a revolution. This is a revolutionary time for us to be in our power. Remembering who we are, all of us, for men too, and loving and connecting with that feminine energy that we all carry, no matter if we're a man or a woman, we all carry this energy. 1, start the fire. What do I mean by that? So yesterday I actually got a song from Spirit because I get songs a lot. I either hear them and they're so clear in my mind, or my phone will just oddly start playing something it's not supposed to. I'll have it on another song on repeat, but then it'll go to a different song. This has been happening for the last few years. So this song really described what I've been going through, and something happened right before it. Start a fire. Walk away from the goodbyes in life and start saying hello. Start saying hello to what you really want. Leaving behind what you don't want, what the baggage is, what the heaviness is. Uplift yourself. Right now, Venus just started her new 548-day cycle. New cycle. Rebirth for the feminine, harmony. There's a new moon coming up in the next couple days. Renewal is such a part of us as women. Every month we experience it. Even when we don't have our cycle, we still energetically, everyone has the opportunity to rebirth themselves and integrate old parts of ourselves, love old parts of ourselves into integration so we come home. Start your fire. What really turns you on? What do you do that's for you? What do you do that excites you, that you feel that in your heart? Because often we do so many things for other people. We do so many things that we have to. We are so conditioned with, well, you have to do this, 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 and this, and then you'll be happy, which is, by the way, complete crap. Notice how the happiest people in the world are living by their own terms. Sure, life gets hard. I get a lot of flack, not as much as I used to, because I've worked on this belief, but I have some family members who are very stuck in the matrix, who are very like, well, you got to have the white picket fence, the 2.5 kids, and this to do it. And then when they can't achieve it, they fucking hate themselves. Is that the way you want to live? Are you going out for the big job because you think that you have to, you're supposed to, or do you really, really want that? I just got an artist visa to move to England, and I've always wanted to live there. I thought I would be doing it under completely different circumstances. I went to school for fashion design. I thought I would be studying costume. I used to love studying costume history, the socioeconomic part of it, just it reflects so much. And I used to love how it was more creative in a way, like it's beautiful dresses. I'm going under a completely different reason. Music, that's what I've been doing for years. It took so long for me to get this, but it was something, moving to England was something that I really, 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 really wanted. And I didn't at a time think that it would happen, but I stayed true to that. And I used my intuition. I listened to my heart, and I let life give to me what I needed to get there. And I'm so happy because I look at the things that I wanted to achieve, like, well, I'll go to fashion school because I'll be able to get a good job, which it's going to fashion school is no guarantee of getting a great job. Not at all. You have to choose the things we are being asked now, and we have an ability now to really hear the voice of the cosmos and our soul more. We just have to calm down to hear it, and we're getting more guidance that is true to our path rather than what we've been sold is the path, because most of what we've been sold is just BS. It's BS so other people can make money. So what excites you? How can you get to that point of energetically freeing yourself and lighting up that fire? And a way to light up the fire, you start it, do some pranayams, like breath of fire, do things, movement, stuff that gets you active, stuff that gets you happy. First thing in the morning, get the flow going. Look at more vata foods that can give you more lightness. Let the heavy emotions go. Number 2, goddess of compassion. Are you being compassionate with yourself? We're usually not. We just think of other people because we think that, we've been conditioned to think of other people, and it's a totally disempowering thing. We serve others by serving ourselves first. And then we can serve others, really, really serve others. Compassion for self is the most important thing. And when we forget to have compassion for ourselves, it sets us up for really crappy sense of self-worth, not following our own path, putting others first, abandoning ourselves, and loving yourself, having compassion for those parts of, we get so frustrated about our feelings. We get frustrated and we'll say, well, that is making me feel this way. So I'm going to get angry at that. And then you get frustrated with the feeling inside that you don't like. And then it just cascades and it creates more issues and more trauma and more blocks. But if you have compassion for those parts of yourself, you bring them home, you integrate, and you're released. And then there's more energy for creation. There's more connection in your heart center. You should feel deeply connected to your heart center. You should feel this flow of love and peace that is always there. That even though there's chaos around you sometimes, you still feel this. That's what you're supposed to feel like. But a lot of people don't know that because they've never felt it. So I encourage you to go do that. I'm just realizing I forgot to put out the trash and they're coming down the road. And well, it's too late now. So have compassion for myself because I forgot to take out the trash. Oops, it happens. I'm house sitting and I forgot to do it. Darn. Whatever. I'm tired. There's a lot going on in my life right now. Compassion for self. Then more people, will get afraid. Like in this instance, I'm house sitting. I get afraid. Oh no, the person, my sister, she'll know that I didn't take out the trash. Whatever. If somebody gets mad at you for that, you got to learn how to not care. And the more compassion you have for yourself, the less people are going to get mad about that kind of stuff anyway. Your world is a reflection of your consciousness. 3, you're a creative being. You're so powerful. We are given and endowed with the ability to bring children into the world. And even if we can't do that or we don't want to do that, we have a connection with Source to be able to do that. It's a thread. It's a constant connection that we have the ability to tap into and use that creative energy, that Kundalini energy, that spirit, to look at your creations as your children, as things that you love that are reflections of yourself, whether it's some cross stitch or a recipe. Start to think that there's magic and magnificence in life and everything you create. Shut the TV off. Shut the news off. Write your own story. We're sponges. Do you want to just intake other people's stories or write your own? Go be creative. When you connect to that creativity, creativity even is, what thought am I going to create in this moment? What emotion do I want to create? Maybe I want to go create a conversation outside with nature. That's still creativity. Number 4, which I know I've mentioned already, is do it for you. What are you doing in your life for other people that you could get rid of? And think about your relationships too. Are there relationships that you try to fix, that you try to elevate, that you stay with because you're doing it for someone else? You're martyring yourself for other people? I saw yesterday a quote. Do you want to be a role model or a martyr? Do you want to be a model or a martyr? I know my answer. Do things for you because you get the most out of it. When you do things for other people, and I'm talking about like the high stakes kind of stuff, not like, oh, I'm going to make this and, you're making lunch for somebody or something. Of course, there's a joy in it for you. But when you're doing something for someone and you're sacrificing your own well-being and own stability, especially like in a relationship, you're looking at, let's say, a partner, a man who's confused, lost, going through all this stuff. Be a support, let them know that you're there, but don't sacrifice your own well-being because you're somehow trying to fix them. Do a relationship for you because it makes you happy. I'm obviously not telling anyone to be selfish here. You want to go on a trip? Go. If a friend is asking you to go and you really don't want to go, then don't go. Don't go. I see too many women sacrifice themselves. We're holding up everything. My sister is like the ultimate Wonder Woman. Amazing career, beautiful house, 2 kids, works her butt off. I mean, she's holding up so much. And I ask myself, what does this woman do that she actually enjoys for her? I mean, she loves to cook, but so much of it is also for other people. You have to deeply find in those scenarios what brings you joy. And make sure that you always have things that you're doing for yourself that are important to your heart. And you will know when you're doing it for someone else and you're sacrificing yourself because it won't feel good. Your emotions are a compass. There's times where it might not feel good because you have really deep self-worth issues and you feel uncomfortable doing things for yourself. Then you need to work through that. Self-responsibility and releasing codependency is one of the most important spiritual practices that you can engage in. Number 5, I'm going to emphasize this one. Support other women. I saw Barbie recently, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. The roles are reversed. So Ken gets to be where women have been in this dynamic, and Barbie gets to be Ken. And what the Barbies do, basically Ken's taken over, taken all their stuff, and the Barbies come together. So the human that goes into Barbie world, she has to talk to each Barbie to basically wake them up out of their haze of being asleep, which is a metaphor for the whole entire movie and basically what I'm saying to you right now. The way that they get Barbie Land back is by turning the Kens against each other, making them feel like they're competing for attention. And then they're able to retake Barbie Land. This is a tactic that's not just used against women, but all of society. So we can constantly stay living in a society where, especially in the United States, people are not taken care of. And instead of blaming the people at the top that are doing it, we blame each other. We blame the poor person who's fallen on hard luck, we blame the single mother who's been abandoned and is trying to feed 3 kids. We blame them instead of saying we need a more equitable society that works for everyone. And, helping your neighbor when you can. We are all connected. We're all one beautiful pulsating consciousness. And when we reject other parts of ourselves, we're really rejecting ourselves. Now, some people are going through what they need to go through to find their own power. So we're not here again to martyr or rescue people, but support. Be there if we can when other people ask. Be in our heart center. Because that's what kills this world, is not being in our heart center. Supporting other women is so important. Being there for other women. Because when you backstab another woman, when you catfight another woman, when you cannot rise to love and support because, your own self-worth, self-esteem, you're so damaged you can't do it, you hurt yourself more. You think you're winning, but you're really losing. You're losing a piece of yourself, losing a piece of connection to your soul. And the more you do it, the deeper you fall into illusion. When you look at a woman, and if you're like jealous, if you're trying to destroy them, because some women do that. I've been in that experience. What you're really seeing is how you feel about yourself. And the energy of this matrix that we're in doesn't know the difference that person's not you. So you just get that back. So it's very important if you see people that are doing what you want to do or achieving what you want to achieve, and you feel resistance, fear, anxiety, hate, anger, that's a part of yourself that is angry at yourself. Always examine why and how you feel about other people when it's not coming from a place of love or support. Sit deeply with yourself, the beliefs, the thoughts. Women are the nurturers, the caretakers of love and connection, of family. Give what you want to receive for yourself. And supporting women is so, so important. It's important for your own enlightenment, your own grace. Because a truly beautiful woman and powerful woman and badass woman, she shines when she truthfully supports other women. If you're doing it and you're being dishonest about it, it might look shiny on the surface, but you're not doing yourself any favors. And I speak from experience, having had women go out of their way to destroy, to hurt. And I pray for those women, because that's not a place that's not a place I wish for people to be. But it's all God's work. We're all helping, even no matter what it looks like in 3D land, in soul, underneath everything. We are in service to each other, supporting each other to reach new levels of connected consciousness and source within ourselves. VenusTransmissions.com for that training that I mentioned, one-to-one readings, astrology, also AquarianYogi.net, my online Kundalini yoga and meditation studio with dozens of videos. And I'm going to be opening up a women's membership soon, probably by the fall, monthly coaching of support, meditation, transforming our consciousness, our beliefs so that we can manifest, have better relationships, be connected, like I said, to that heart center and feel the richness of that connection. If you don't feel that connection, then you have some work to do. And it's a beautiful process. Love yourself first, and you'll receive love. Satnam.